Hey Runescape, this is iMage, and if you can see, I'm actually training Slayer, but it's not regular Slayer, it's combat beta Slayer. Now, this is different in the fact that it's a whole different system. You need to move differently, you need to basically set up an ability bar differently. Well, I mean, there is an ability bar in the first one, but it does have a lot of actual differences and similarities to how you train it in regular the servers right now. And one of the similarities is you want to, I didn't want to do that, but you want to continue to basically do as much damage as you can on the monster. And the biggest difference is that you'll actually be taking damage now. Right now I'm fighting Abyssal demons. I don't know why I had to right click that. But you take quite a bit of damage, although in the beta you can also heal up that damage. So if I had to, I could use Rejuvenate if I think I need a shield, or I can check. Rejuvenate? Yeah, I need a shield. So if I bring a shield, I can basically get unlimited health here and then save forever. But right now I'm actually training it pretty much in the original combat style as I did before the combat beta, where I put in Prey Gear, took the highest potion that I could. In this case I took Overloads, and then prayed Turmoil and tried to kill my tasks. Now if the tasks are the same length that they were before, these tasks will take a really long time compared to how long they did before. It's taking me quite a bit longer to kill them. The best thing that I actually found was that if you can stack your ability bar with threshold abilities, that way you can keep on using threshold abilities once you actually get to that point. And you won't have to worry so much about not only damage output or adrenaline usage, but you also don't really have to worry about how long it's going to take to get a kill. Because honestly, just killing a Abyssal Demon using threshold abilities is extremely quick. But if you do want to, you can use an ultimate ability and basically get a one-hit on an Abyssal Demon. I'll see if I can do it in a second, but probably not in this one, just because I've been killing this one for a while. But some of the other things that you really should pay attention to in the new combat are some things have weaknesses, some things don't. An Abyssal Demon is actually weak to water spells, as it tells me right over here. And the thing that I can actually do by knowing that is go to Lumbridge, or at least right now I can go to Lumbridge, and get water spells, and then take them back here and then try them out against Abyssal Demons. So I will do that, and I feel like I've been killing this one for a really long time, so I'm just going to use an ultimate. But I'll go to Lumbridge and grab magic setup and water runes, and then I'll show you guys how that goes, and then compare the two. So maybe RuneScape actually, or Jagex actually did a pretty good job in changing Slayer so that now it's more viable to use the weaknesses against that monster than to not. And this is actually just me testing it out. So if they did, I actually wanted to do a couple of things. For one, no one actually knows how to, or at least I don't know anyone that knows how to train Slayer in the new system. I mean, I know how to train Slayer for every task in the old system, every single one. Just because I have what 14.15 mil experience in Slayer, and I got all of that off of the old system actually. Water spells are melee crit. Fire Cape only gives melee crit. What the hell? What does the Solar's Cape do? Class all. I'll wear that just because. I'll go Gano because that's also a very good method. I'll go get my own staff from them, and boots and all that I can grab from them. Except are Boros gloves for melee? Yeah, no, they're not. What else could I possibly take? No, I've got magic. Something else that I actually need is what, blood runes, maybe death runes. I think that's it. So first off, no one really knows how to train Slayer efficiently, I would say. Efficiently is actually probably the best word to use for it. no one knows how to train Slayer efficiently in the new combat system because it just hasn't been out for that long. Now, you could train it in the manner that I did before, how I was just testing it. It worked pretty well. I'll just go Virtus. Or actually go Ganodermic. That'd be more realistic, wouldn't it? So you could train it in the same method that I was just doing, and ooh, armor's the same, I think, but the life bonus is different. And the life bonus is actually greater. I don't really care. I'll keep it how it is. I'll actually start this up when I get to Abyssal Demons, and I'll continue talking. Okay, hey, I'm back, and I set up a quick little new ability bar using magic this time, and I haven't even started using my abilities yet, but I can already see that this is completely destroying my Slayer task. It could just be that it really isn't anything besides the fact that if something has a weakness, then it is extremely weak against that one substance. So the fact that Abyssal Demons are weak against water casts, that's insane. I'm not even sure if it's worth really using abilities here. If I use, actually, Asphyxiate is doing a ton of damage, and this task is going by way faster than I would have ever anticipated. I can now get a Combust in here. Dragon Breath, I think, might do damage to both of them. Nope, but it doesn't really matter. So if I transform into Metamorphosis, I think that'll actually do bonus damage, and then I can start building this up again. But compared to the melee task that I was just doing, this is completely better. It hits way higher. It's basically the way to go now. So if I were to look at basically every task in RuneScape, I could go around and make a guide to each one, to each Slayer task using the new combat system or the new combat beta. And if you guys actually look forward to that, or if you guys want to see that, I'll gladly do it. I might actually do it once they start making it, because compared to the old combat system, the new one, it changes. It's not fully ready yet, and Jagex has said that they're still under development. They want to change it based on basically how we find how good it is. And right now, it's still got some flaws. But I mean, Slayer right now is actually doing pretty well. It's going to require some getting used to, because now I'm going to have to save up to get not only the best magic armor, but the best melee and the best ranged armor, which is going to be extremely costly. Usually I just sell stuff and then buy the other one, but I don't think that's going to be the case anymore, because now I have to get everyone so I can keep it, just in case I need to change my combat setup on the snap. But overall, it's doing extremely well. I should probably start investing in air runes or elemental runes, because the new system is actually using those a lot more than others. That's another way that they changed magic, is they took away the use of blood and death runes for these spells, or at least the elemental spells. I'm not sure about how they did it for ancient magics, but as far as I can tell right now, for regular magics, they did that. And so, I guess overall, it's beneficial. It's really good. This is gonna change Slayer. I mean, if you can see the experience that I'm getting 1,000 experience every time I kill one of these monsters. I could probably sit here and kill these monsters all day. Honestly, it's gonna be extremely easy to get Slayer EXP now. I'm not sure if the XP that I got actually is for Magic and Slayer, or just Slayer overall, but it still looks like it's going to be a lot faster than it was beforehand. That's another thing that's actually pretty good, because Slayer needed, I'm not sure, I wasn't looking at my Magic XP again, I'm trying to find it, but Slayer was one of those things that kind of needed a changing, because honestly, everything that I did was, hey, I can just put on prey armor and then go fight the same monster and basically do the exact same thing for everything. And I'm actually glad that they changed that, because it's actually going to be more interesting now. and it should be worthwhile to kill these monsters. Also, it'll be easier and a lot better. The only thing that I don't like is how it's multi-combat everywhere. So if I had to change one thing, I probably wouldn't make it multi-combat everywhere, just because I can see that having some problems. Although Jagex does anticipate these problems, and they said that overall they think it'd be more worthwhile to have the system in place that it is now, where everything is selected, than have it so that you can just do 1v1. And I can actually see why, because look at this, I could probably kill a ton of these all at the same time. And then if I wanted to lure them over here, I could switch to a melee weapon or something, or just right here launch Tsunami. I'm actually not going to do that because now it's all messed up. But here, if I get them like this, and then just Tsunami, I can do that, right? You don't have a target. Tsunami. I still don't have a target. I don't see how I don't have a target right now, because I can plainly see that my target is right here. There are no valid targets in that direction. What about this one? So that might be a flaw or a glitch that Jagex hasn't found yet. I'm not sure, but we'll find out as soon as basically they tell us, or they fix it, or someone reports it. I'm actually going to report that right after this, but overall the combat system is changing, so there are some basically things that you need to prepare for. You need to prepare by, I would say, buying some elemental runes. Those are probably going to go up way in price. I'll probably go make some right now, or go buy some on the GE, and probably just stock them up in my bank. Another thing that I'm going to buy is magic and range gear, because I want to have gears for all types of the combat triangle now, not just the ones that I've been using, which is melee, especially since it's basically going to be a necessity to have every single combat type. Some other things I'm also going to need to find out how to use combat on each of these new creatures. I mean, right now all I'm doing is I put damage doing abilities on the spell toolbar, and then I'm going to keep them there and just hit them, because honestly I just want to do damage to these. I don't think I'm going to be taking too much damage, and then I'm not too worried about taking damage. So if I just put the highest damage producing spells on here, I should be pretty good. Another thing that I have to do is I want to personally make Slayer guides on each creature after the combat beta comes out, so I could start working on them early, but then just in case the combat system changes, I don't want to do that. So that's one thing that I'll have to decide later. And I'll probably actually do that later, because when the real combat system comes out for the actual game, I might gladly do that. And then some things that I think Jagex actually needs to think about is how are they going to basically make it so that this is fair. I mean, I think by all means it's a good idea to have it so that it's multi-combat everywhere, because now there's multi-combat abilities like Chain that can hit a bunch of them at the same time. And Chain is actually going to be one of those things that you'll probably use for not every type of Slayer task, but right now I would use this for the Slayer task easily, because okay, so here's three of them. Here's a basic ability, Chain. I think I can show you guys how it's working. Target is too far away. I just hit three of them now, and now I have the ability to hit all three of these. I'm not sure Dragon's Breath is supposed to hit everyone, applies to a damage over time effect to the target. No. But another thing that they need to do is just produce more AoE effects for magic, because melee right now has a ton of AoE effects, but magic only really has Chain and Tsunami, and I don't think either of those are too good. But the combat system, how it is, it's doing really well, in my opinion, or at least for this Slayer task it has. The only thing that I find troubling is, say there's 4 people here doing a Slayer task, how are they going to basically make sure that there's enough monsters, not to mention that everyone's getting the same thing. And another thing that I know about Jagex is that they made it so that if 2 people fight the same monster at once, then you don't get a drop. I'm not sure if this is just a glitch in the combat beta yet, or if they're trying to implement like a security, like so you don't try to player jack or steal a kill or something. But that kind of ruins it, because then people can just troll you if they want to and attack your monster so that neither of you get a drop. Or if, say, you're doing Slayer with a friend, Social Slayer, how they just did it, or how they just released that, you could end up losing out on Social Slayer because you don't want to slay with a friend anymore if you're not going to get any drops because of it. So those are just a couple things that they have to work out, and I'll probably report that on the system after this. But overall, I just wanted to kind of give a quick review of how Slayer is going to work and how it is, or how it's going to be. I obviously wanted to test it out myself because I went from a melee setup to this actual magic setup to fit the weaknesses that they had, and that's fantastic because it's actually doing a lot better than I expected. So I wanted to know what you guys thought of the combat system so far, if you guys have tried the beta or not. This is one of the main worries that I had, the main concerns that I had was Slayer, and it turns out that they actually had a pretty good method of fixing this. So I'm not too worried about it anymore. But I would like to hear what you guys think, and tell me if you guys have tried Slayer, or your opinions on how you guys have done PvP or whatever, and I'll gladly respond to them. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll be sure to come out with another one soon in the actual RuneScape. So I'll see you guys later. Bye. And thank you for watching once again.
Hey everybody, it's iMage Rex.
What am I doing
this
here?
week had the
I
actual
am actually
going to show you
and
the
I have
two more
solo
cows
strip
and
over
just
using
a little bit of it,
and I'm
rush
gonna
slices.
try to